What's up, everybody? It's Candy Girl. I've got a new series for you all. It's called Welcome to Adulting. I am very excited to launch it today. Um, this particular series is going to be all about how to transition from your early ages of adulthood, which would be ages 18 to about 22, and into your full-fledged adulthood where the expectations are a bit higher. That will be from ages of 23 on up to 35. Today I'm going to be talking about navigating tough conversations in the workplace, especially as it pertains to your hair. An applicant who was offered a job at a customer service call center on the condition that she cut her dreadlocks. Their thing was that all personnel are expected to dress and to be groomed in a manner that projects a professional and business-like image while adhering to the business and industry standards or guidelines. So in other words, what they're saying is that black is not professional, nor is it business-like, and the industry standard is to be as white as humanly possible. That's what that reads to me. While dreadlocks do not grow out of your scalp that way, it is a natural progression of black hair. While I can understand that you want to be well groomed, and maybe her dreadlocks were not well groomed, what you could have said was, your dreadlocks are fine, but we want to make sure that you're maintaining a well-groomed, professional, polished look. So, you might need to brush them edges back a little bit and let it catch into the dreadlock. You might need to separate it so that you can see the parts, you can see your scalp, that you can see that it's well washed and well groomed. Get your hair twisted more often, whatever the case may be, but it does not have to be the fact that you have dreadlocks. It's the fact that you have ungroomed hair. This seemingly racially neutral policy that they have still is racist, even though you're not saying that if you're black and you don't comb your hair that it's unprofessional. What they're basically doing is they're taking the same rule and you're applying it to blacks and whites equally. However, it is more likely that that rule would affect a black person than it would a white person. Where do we go from here is the question. I would say find a place that is going to appreciate you and all of your glory and the diversity that you bring to the table. And those companies who do not, you take yourself on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, go on MySpace if it even is still up and running, go on all the blogs, go on YouTube. I would be shouting them out so bad because of the fact that they are discriminating against me because of my race. I have not had anybody tell me that my hair is unkept or ungroomed or unprofessional. That's not the case. But what I have had is, can I touch your hair? I don't want to walk into a room where people want to touch me. You know what I'm saying? Keep your hands to yourself. Not to mention the fact that more than likely I oiled my scalp last night or this morning, and I don't want you reaching in my head and coming out looking like you just dipped your hand in a bucket of buttery popcorn and now you thinking I'm dirty. Now, the last person that asked me if they could touch my hair, when she said, "Can I touch your hair?" And I'm just like, "No, you cannot touch my hair. Go sit down." And that was the end of that. Okay, so it just depends on who the person is. Feel them out, feel their energy, see if that's some person that you can really joke around like that with. If you cannot joke around like that with them, then keep it short and sweet and find something else to talk about. The next thing that I really don't like, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people can identify with this, is, let's say I had some braids in my hair and it's going on 2 or 3 weeks that I've had it in my hair. They start to notice, like, you've had the same hairstyle for the last 2 weeks. Do you wash your hair? When are you going to wash your hair? First of all, what you're insinuating is that I'm dirty, okay? You don't need to inquire on my personal hygiene. If somebody asks me, how often do you wash your hair? I do say, when it gets dirty. Well, how often is that? Well, Fortunately for African Americans, we do not accumulate dirt and oil the way that other races do. So we only wash our hair when it feels necessary to do so. That differs between the person. Sometimes it won't be until 2 weeks. Sometimes it's just a couple of days. It depends on how much product I use. It depends on whether I was getting dirty that day. If a superior is speaking to you and they're asking you that question, the easiest thing that you can do is simply answer the question, but don't give them a definite answer. So, how often do you wash your hair? How often do you change your hair? Whenever I feel that it's necessary. So, about this report that you wanted me to do, I just wanted to give you a brief update. I'm going to take a moment to talk about something else that probably won't fit into another video. So, I'm going to put it here. And that is about the N word, okay? People like to use the N word pretty liberally. And they're figuring it's because if I can say it, then they should be able to say it. When it comes to people using the N word in the workplace, you have much more rights to stop them in their tracks and tell them to never repeat that again. So if somebody says, "Hey, what up, my nigga?" you can kindly just stop them and say, "Hey, that's offensive." Now, if they are insistent upon it and they say, "Well, you use it. Have you seen me or heard me use it in the workplace?" If they say no, okay, well then don't tell me that I've said it. Maybe you have. Nonetheless, you can say, again, what you're doing is offensive. I'm telling you to stop. Let's say we're on a basketball court. Let's say we're drinking with friends. We're at a party. We're at the club. Somebody's singing a song. They use the word. It's a totally different situation now. So what I have done on several occasions, because of course I've had plenty of opportunities to practice my skills on this, I will pull them to the side and I will say, "Hey, the other day you were using racial slurs quite frequently. And although I know that you didn't mean it in a derogatory way, it still was offensive towards me. People are going to say, well, you can say it. Why are you now telling me that I can't say it?" Well, I'm telling you can't say it because your people killed my people. And the last thing that they heard was that word coming out of your people's mouths. So, out of respect for my history, if you want to show that you have nothing but respect for black folks, if they tell you that something is offensive because of the bloodied history that we have associated with that word, then I would hope that you would put your money where your mouth is and not say it. Tell me what your experience have been as far as dreadlocks in the workplace, natural hair in the workplace, racial slurs in the workplace. I'm curious. Until next time, you all, love and blessings.